right, friends, welcome back to another episode of Two Idiot Girls. Woo! How you doing?
Good.
You have a big hair on your microphone. You want to get that for me, Queen?
Ew.
I thought I had one, so that's why I paused at the beginning.
That one was mine.
That was not Tunas.
That was not Tuna's for once.
Speaking of Tuna, I was just eating my breakfast on the couch, and he wanted to sit on top of me while I was doing it, and it was really weird.
He just be like that. It's not exclusive to you, if that makes you feel any better. Anybody that comes into this home is consenting to being stood on like a billy goat.
Like when you walk in and they're like, if you walk into this area, you're consenting to being filmed.
Yeah, exactly. You're consenting to being stood on by one dog in particular.
No, he wasn't even standing on me like he usually does. He was like turning and putting his butt up against me. So then I was scooting over and then he kept moving. I was like, no.
That's his new thing. He backs in. He backs into the cuddling.
Stop.
That's his new thing. His new thing too is well, I guess it's not new. Oh yeah. I guess it's not new. It's like he's open and more receptive to kisses on the head. He tolerates them is what I will say.
Okay.
That doesn't stop me from giving them 1,000,001 times. But he is getting more open to them. Squid requires kisses. He always wants them. And he comes in and gets them and he like closes his eyes when he's getting them. Tuna's just going the whole time he stares at me.
That's how YB is. And then Henry likes them. I think they both like them, which makes me laugh. But like I get to YB likes them a little bit less than Henry does.
Yeah.
But he doesn't move because he does like them, but he's not sure.
Like it's almost like like Billy was saying, he can tell. It's almost like that's more for you.
Yeah.
Like he's actively going.
That's how YB does it too.
Yeah. It looks like he's actively like processing that this makes me happy, so he's okay with it.
Yeah.
He's willing to go through it.
One day I'm going to be able to film YB when he gets a hairball because his hair's longer than Henry, so he gets them all the time.
Yeah. So does Tuna.
Because when he coughs, and I'm not joking, it sounds like there's a man in the house, and it scares me every time.
That's how Tuna is too. It's gross. Yeah, it literally sounds like.
Yeah.
That's how it sounds. And I'm like, okay. Every time he does it, we're like, Jesus.
Tuna sound like what's that Heimlich scream or whatever that like
the goat scream?
No, it's like that like canned scream where like they did it on like Tom and Jerry a lot, but they use it. It's like like I don't know how to describe it. Brittany does it really well. I can't think of the name of it. That's how Tuna's cough sounds.
That's tea. Honestly, that's tea. But yeah,
dude, I watched the episode of Bob's Burgers. I just finished season 6 yesterday.
Nice.
So I watched the episode where she rides Jericho at the horse camp.
That's one of the best ones.
The one after that was when Bob gets stuck on the toilet. Did you tell me this one where they're gooping? That one was really funny. And then I just watched the first episode.
The Jericho one kills me,
it was
dude.
really funny.
She's like, because I'm gonna ride a horse I love, because that's what I deserve.
No, and then you left out the whole storyline where Linda's doing restaurant camp, and the kids are just doing it because they don't want to go to work.
I didn't want to tell you everything.
No, that part of me, and she was so mad that she figured out they were like tricking her.
That they weren't actually enjoying restaurant camp.
So fucking
I
funny.
love that family, dude. I'm obsessed with them.
They're so funny.
They're not real, but I'm obsessed with them. Yeah, it's so good. And for those of you that are tagging us, we have seen the clips from the newest episode where Tina and Louise
they have a fight,
and then the ending is like so emotional.
The whole beginning part where they're watching Tina first meet Louise as a baby was exactly how it was for me.
That's actually so tea.
How she was so mean to her, like didn't care. And if Donnie was there, Drew probably would have played with Donnie more than me. Just like Louise did with Jean.
Well, that's the thing is like Louise's thing is getting like, I feel like I'm hearing the humming again.
You can't hear it on the thing.
Oh, okay, perfect. I feel like Louise is obviously she is so me in a lot of ways, but especially in how like she shows affection. Like her idea of showing affection is not physical at all. It's like being there for people or standing up for people, and that's me to a fucking T, bitch. Like and that is really accurate to who we were as children. Like my sister was and still is so physically affectionate, like lovey, and always wanting to like hold hands and like hug and sit next to each other. Like Deison's always been that way with me.
Yeah.
And That's why that is true. That is very accurate. It's very lore accurate to us.
Yeah.
If you guys are curious what it looked like when we were growing up.
No, I always say it was like the Rugrats movie where he meets Gil for the first time.
Yeah.
That was me and Drew.
Yeah. And her going, it's okay, she'll come around. Like, because I just hated physical affection as a child. I've always disliked it. I don't know why. Even now, like, I'm always like, now I'm a lot more, I'm able to do it now. Mm-hmm. It's just not, it's not my go-to.
Even then, I don't think we hug when, I think only when we fight.
Yeah, we do that. We don't only hug when we fight. We hug when we're like just happy too sometimes.
But even it's always like a side hug. It's never really
like a real hug. Yeah. That's not true. We hug each other like when we say bye and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Even then, I don't.
Not always. But
I
sometimes.
never hug Billy. He knows that.
Well, obviously.
And I just go like this, and I head out.
Well, obviously. But yeah,
we only hug on his birthday. That's the only time.
Just only on his birthday. Yeah. For him.
That's for him. That's more for him than it is for me.
Right. But we have seen the tags, and I haven't watched it yet because I'm still watching the earlier seasons.
I'm trying to watch them all in order.
I know we don't need to watch them in order.
But sometimes they do callbacks, so I like that I've been watching them in order. Like, did you watch the one where Bob wants to use like the community garden? The lady.
We just watched that one.
Do you remember that kid though? He was the one that stole Louise's hat.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't have known that had I not watched them in order.
They've had beef for a while.
Or like that's what I told you.
And it carries into the later seasons.
Yeah. When they did like the Super Bowl commercial and they hire that guy, I forget his name, but he's always like hustling Bob into doing something stupid and telling him he's a good businessman. Like, they hired that guy, so I wouldn't have remembered that if I didn't watch the earlier ones. You know what I mean?
Well, we've seen it and it's very sweet, and y'all already know that's literally us. Like, you guys already know. That's the two of them are us. That's probably the most sibling accurate like family I've seen.
For us. Yeah. I mean, we always say Modern Family. I feel like that one's really
that's a great one too, but like I do think that one actually is very accurate too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
the boy's the youngest.
And the parents are more accurate.
Yeah, than Linda and Bob.
Yeah. I would say they're more accurate in Modern Family, but the kids are more accurate, I think, in Bob's Burgers.
I agree.
To us. Just the ages are off.
Yeah.
But like Gene is literally my brother. Like
when I told Mommy
like actually my brother.
It's like a running bit in the show that he's Linda's favorite. The way she treats him. So that's my mom
and the only boy.
Yeah.
And the fart shit, like that's not a joke. Like, he does that all the time.
He's always pooping.
He's always fucking farting, and it's so just like Gene's like, sorry.
Yeah.
It's like their family. It's like when outsiders see it, it's like shocking to them, but their family's so used to it.
Did you? I thought they ignore it.
Yeah, that's like. But I'm thinking of Game Night.
Yeah.
With Janelli.
Yeah. Where Donnie farted twice at the table, really loud. Yeah, at the kitchen table. We're eating, and then when everyone laughed,
I know, I get it. Trust me, I know.
At the end of the night, when everyone laughed, I told him, "Why the fuck did you do that twice?" And he goes, and then my mom goes, "Did you not expect it the second time?" He goes, "I thought it was gonna be silent." I go, "A second time?"
And you're willing to roll the dice twice.
A second time.
You were burned the first time, and you thought maybe this one's the one.
A second time. After the first time, I'm getting up from the table after that, and I'm going in the bathroom.
And mind you, I said Game Night, so there's people outside of our family there, sitting next to him at the table, and on top of that, acknowledging what we all heard.
Dog, come on.
And like, what am I supposed to say?
In your house.
Yeah, it's in my house,
Drew's
mind
house.
you. And Janelli.
Yeah. The first time he farted, I go, dude, because he was sitting next to me, and he goes, sorry. And everyone kind of paused.
I was sitting across from them.
Everyone kind of paused, and they just kept going, okay, and they kept going.
And everyone was so polite
and they
to
ignored
pretend.
It. Yeah, that they didn't hear.
Even though it was loud as fuck.
It was a clapper.
It was a clapper, yeah.
And so then the second time he did it, I looked at him, but as I was looking at him, one of our best friends, Janelli, she was sitting across from me. Because Donnie's sitting at the head of the table. Again, the head of the table. I'm sitting next to him, and then Janelli's across from me. And I looked at her, and she was like this. Dude, come on.
And that time we had to be like, dog, for real? And he was like, sorry. Yeah. I'll kill him.
Fully in high school.
An adult. By legal standards, an adult.
He could have legally voted that year.
That's why. That's why. If that was an election year, his vote would have been cast. What's crazy is like that's what makes that family so deadly accurate to us, is their personalities down to the very nuance.
Did you watch that episode where Bob's like old best friend from high school, he's like really rich and he invests in the restaurant? So he changes the theme of it to just tiki's, and so it gets a lot more like customers, but Bob hates it because it's like not authentic to him. But when they're setting up all the tiki's, Gene goes, "Should I get a coconut bra?" He goes, "We're all thinking it." So funny. I think they all make me laugh, but he makes me laugh the most.
Dude, there was one where
just because he just says things and everyone ignores him.
Yeah, they were talking about something. It was like a made up story. Louise was like, Gene will be the main character. Let's say Gene's the husband, and you have a wife, and he goes, "Can my wife be my mom?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Sure." Like, okay, yeah, that's fine. He goes, "Okay, perfect. The happiest marriage I've ever had." And then they're like, "All right," and they just kind of.
It's so funny,
dude. He kills me. That's why I said like lore accurate, like down to the farts, bro. Like that shit's for real. That's for real. That's our family, like dead ass. So, and even like I told you, Bob and Linda, like they are very accurate too. They're very much so like our parents in a lot of ways. More specifically, how like Bob doesn't want to go anywhere or see anyone that's not his family ever. And so like I told Deison, I watched this one where Tina and Louise like invite all their friends over and they watch a scary movie against their parents go on a double date, and that shit is so fucking funny. But she goes, "Yeah, well, she invited us and we're gonna go," and he goes, "And you said no, right?" She goes, "No." He goes, "Well, you should have said we were busy." And then Tina goes, "So you want to lie?" And he goes, "It's not a lie, it's a very indirect way of saying no thank you." And then he goes, "Well, I guess we'll just tell him we're sick tomorrow." And Tina goes, "So you are lying?" And he goes, "Tina, please." Tina being a hall monitor and a narc. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and boy crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And so particular about her fucking toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like everyone can play, but they have to play a very specific way that she's okay with. Yeah.
But I never said it out loud. I just would watch in disdain as everyone played the way.
No, you'd be like, "Well, actually, that's not how you're supposed to play."
Because Drew would be like, "Can we play with your Polly Pockets?" And I'd be like, "Okay, but don't lose the." And then she's chewing on the shoes.
Dude, come on, please. No, it's like I always would be like, "Well, let's mesh the worlds together. Let's do Bratz and Polly Pockets." She goes, "They can't. They don't live in the same universe." Says who?
One is way smaller than the other. That doesn't make sense to me.
That would never happen in the Polly Pocket universe.
Do you remember Diva Stars?
Of course I do.
You had one named Nikki, and I was obsessed with her.
I know. And when we were Bratz girls, because we were big Bratz girls, we liked Barbie too, but
I liked Yasmin.
Yeah, I liked Yasmin too. I liked Yasmin and
Sasha
Jade. I liked Jade. Yeah. I had a Jade one.
Oh yeah, Jade. I was thinking of Chloe. You didn't have a Chloe one.
Maybe I did later. Have one Chloe.
But I'm thinking of our first Bratz. I got Yasmin, and then you got Jade.
Jade, right. Yeah. But Yasmin, I liked. She had a little beauty mark like me, and I said that's my queen.
I had one too. It's a acne scar.
Sometimes I think mine is too. Hey. If that helps.
That's your prerogative. You get to pick what it is.
Also, what else? What else is new?
I don't know. That's what
been working.
Yeah.
Been working.
You had lots of really good guests this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you went on a podcast this week. That was really fun.
I sure did. That was
I
fun.
might be on some lesbian podcasts next year.
Nice.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
As a guest.
Period. Break's been going well.
Yeah.
It's officially been a week when you guys are seeing this.
Dude, you'll never believe who asked to send me stuff.
Who?
Do you know a little do you know a store named Joanne's Fabrics?
I love Joanne.
They said that they watched our podcast and saw that I love to arts and craft, and they're going to send me some.
Oh, okay. I didn't want any.
You didn't say you like to arts and craft. I did. So that's why they're sending me some.
Okay. Well, guess I didn't want any.
Joanne, don't send her anything. Send stuff to me.
Don't worry about me, Joanne. I'm fine.
Joanne, I've been playing a lot with clay. Do with that what you will.
Yeah. And I'll take stuff too. If you're open. Yeah, but break's been going really well.
I think you should try diamond painting.
What the hell is that?
See, Joanne, don't send her anything.
Did you paint? Do you paint a diamond and like roll it?
Joanne, don't send
like
her
a pattern.
No,
I did see. I love watching videos of people doing coloring books, and they do a really good job.
I want to get those, and then when I watch them add all the shadows and highlights, I get stressed out, and I go, I can't do that.
I know. I'm not even kidding. That's what I was gonna say. As it was going on, as I was watching it, I go, well, I'm not doing that.
No, because then mine's gonna look ugly.
But it looks so cute.
Uh-huh.
And
it's with the animals, right?
And I saw one of Santa Claus. It was it was a cozy Christmas coloring book, which I thought was really cute.
No, the ones I see are all animals and their friends, and they go on like dates and go to the library and they go to the coffee shop.
That's cute. Well, the one I watched was so cute. Like it looked so cute. The animation was so cute. I loved the coloring book, and I loved how she colored it. I thought it was so fucking cute. I just I don't have that kind of artistic prowess. I wish I did.
Yeah,
because I was like, and I watched her whole thing, and I go, I'd get so mad if I was doing that and it didn't look the way hers looked. I'd get pissed off.
That's why I watched them. I told you, when they add the highlights and the contours.
I know, that's what I was watching.
I'm stressed out.
Well, and I know I can't do that, and then if I can't do it, it's gonna look flat. And then I'm going to be annoyed. And then I'm going to be stressed. And what's the point of the activity if it stresses me out?
I'm mad.
And this is something for me to unpack in therapy, which I already know. But yeah, I've been really enjoying my break. I feel light as air. Thank you everyone for being so supportive and understanding.
I know people are asking me for updates. I don't have updates for you. She's having fun. There's my update.
I will say though too, the amount of people that have jumped on this opportunity to try and dog me out.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Especially waiting till I leave.
It's
what
like
a fucking coward.
It's literally, no shit. It's like as if Batman was like, hey guys, I need a mental health break. And then the Joker's like, finally.
And the Joker comes down and he goes, yeah, fuck Batman. You know what?
He's a bitch.
He could never catch me in the first place. And he's saying it from inside Arkham. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. He's already been caught. What are you doing?
And I'm gonna say this here, and if one of you clips in and puts that shit on TikTok, sure. I'm not leaving because I'm getting canceled. What the fuck? Nothing bad happened. I just am tired.
We listen and we don't comprehend.
Yeah, we listen to my video and don't comprehend 1 second of it.
We don't comprehend, and we make assumptions on what makes me feel good, and I'm making content talking about your break, and I'm acting as if it's in a good way, but I'm doing it to get clout.
Exactly.
Is what you're doing.
I can tell if you're using my shit to try and... My going away video has a 1.3 million likes. Why? I don't fucking know. But what I will tell you...
I guess you're just... that girl.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, you know why. But my point being that, like, the whole point of me posting the video was to tell you why I'm going on a break. Why you guys are extrapolating things I did not say, I don't know why. But that's for the side of people that love me. I will say this, I did see one video that got sent to me of someone saying, yeah, I hope she's doing well, but I'd like to take her place. In her absence, I'd like to fill that role. You can't. First of all, you can't, you never will, and you never could.
Oh.
Besides that, that's why I'm leaving. That type of shit right there is why I'm leaving. Like, you cannot replace a human person. Like, and I don't like being talked about as if I'm not a human person. Like, that's what makes me want to leave, or what made me want to leave at the very end. That's what pushed me over the edge. I don't like being talked about as if I'm a trend, or like a fun hat, or like a mask. Like, I don't like being talked about as if I'm not a real person. So, and because it makes me feel like not a real person, and I am.
And that's why I said in my video about all that stupid shit that was going on, I said that for your platform, and I said this on here a million times, to be boiled down to fuck man is so embarrassing and so fucking white of you.
Yeah.
Speaking annoying. Of which, we've also never denied being white. Should we put that on the table?
What?
You guys, why are there's rumors, I'm saying with quotation marks, about us hiding being white?
Yeah, and I don't, well, and besides that, I don't like how people of color are making videos about theorizing about why I left. I fucking told you why I left. Listen to what the fuck I said. This is my problem. You guys don't fucking listen.
No, they just,
and
it's like picking a narrative that makes them feel good, which
yeah,
is so unfair
and for
to you.
whatever reason. And then on the flip side of that, for all the people who fucking hate me and waited till I bounced to do this shit and then be like, I guess that's why she's leaving.
Yeah.
Listen to me carefully. If some curly-headed white fuck gets on TikTok and talks and calls me a racist for telling white people to stop being racist, having a problem with white people overstepping their fucking boundaries, if you think that's the first time a white person has gone on TikTok and been like, I think she's racist against white people, you're out of your fucking mind. Yeah. I've been doing this shit for 4 fucking years. You think I've never heard that shit? Please. Like, please. Fucking laugh about it somewhere else, bitch. I'm not worried about that in the fucking slightest. What I think is hilarious is them waiting till I leave to do that shit. And then you're feeling big and brave. Okay. They're still sending them to me, so I don't know if that makes you feel scared about it or like what. But all of my little soldiers are keeping a very intensely detailed Rolodex for me to revisit when I come back.
They're keeping the meeting minutes for you.
Oh, absolutely they are. So anyways, all that to say, I'm having a fucking blast. I feel light. I feel free. I feel present. And I feel myself. I feel like I'm going back to myself and being myself. And it feels really good. And I feel really happy. And I feel really...
Which is crazy because, like, how long has the break been? 1 week so far?
1 week, yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. And I feel light as air already. So, like, I'm gonna keep doing me. And the 99.9% of you who have been so supportive and so loving and so amazing, I'm very thankful for. And I'm glad you guys are taking it as so many of you too, and there's been hundreds of videos too of people being like, I'm so happy she's doing that, or they're saying things like, this is why we need to be careful about who we like wring dry, you know what I'm saying, like people we love on the internet. I've seen those videos too. I appreciate it. I love y'all. I think we're all going to be better for it. I think everyone's going to heal in their own ways, and everyone's going to figure out their own way to navigate it like I am, and then we're all going to move on. Like, it's going to be fine. I told y'all I'm not going away forever. I just needed some time, and I'm going to keep taking that time and keep enjoying myself, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, moving on to more business savvy things. Did y'all have a good time at the Q&A? You're seeing this the day we're filming this beforehand. Did we have fun?
I think we had a blast, guys. Also, my birthday just happened. What the heck?
Yeah. Daison's now old. And how was it? Did Deison have fun on her birthday? Let us know.
Fingers crossed.
But I bet the Q&A was a blast.
Oh man, the times that we had, you guys. I can't wait.
Oh man, that one thing that happened. I bet it's gonna be awesome.
Literally,
I bet it was
we were
awesome.
Just talking about this for the Patreon last year. That's where we made up chat. Was when we did the live event last December.
Absolutely.
Dude, we did that event the day after we got back from Arizona. I remember I was in here crying and trying to figure out how to connect my fucking thing to turn the thing on.
Oh yeah.
Now look at us. No tears.
No tears, and I'm taking a break from TikTok. Big moves.
Especially because last year, I think I said this in the last video, we told you to take one last year and you couldn't, or you wouldn't. Well, both, but
I wouldn't. I literally wouldn't. It wasn't a couldn't. I just refused to. But this time I did, and it's been awesome. And I'm thankful that so many of you are so supportive and still so loving and sweet to me. And a lot of you have been checking in on me, and a lot of our friends have been checking in on me, which I love and appreciate. But yeah, we're all going to be better for it. And if y'all see anyone talking shit on me after the fact,
you're a bitch.
I guess what I'm trying to say is fuck you. And I will be back, and if you think I'm going to forget, I won't. But anyways, the Q&A was a blast, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet.
I think I'm predicting we're going to have a hoot. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, what are we doing next?
Have you watched The Grinch yet?
Like, just in general?
This Christmas holiday season?
Not yet, no.
I just watched Elf last night, and I was like, God, this movie's so funny.
Oh, Billy was watching Elf. When I got home from work last week sometime, he was watching it on the TV, and I was like, oh, what made you want to watch this? He goes, oh, no, I saw it on Hulu, and I was like, I want to put that on.
That's our dad.
That's like his favorite Christmas movie.
No, but in regular movies, too.
Yeah,
he's always trying to watch it all year round.
It's competing with Wallace and Gromit.
He does love Wallace and Gromit.
He loves Wallace and Gromit. Yeah. And does he know there was a new one that came out? Because it's nominated for a Golden Globe.
Does he know that Sonic 3 is about to come out? Because I do, and I'm excited for
Okay, Knuckles.
Those are funny. The Sonic movies are so good. Because we have been really enjoying Drew's break. Both of us have been enjoying Drew's break.
Yeah.
We forgot to put a prompt out.
Sorry,
so we're
team.
going back to the Q&A ones that we did. I want to say we were doing these in November.
I thought we did them right before the presents.
Or maybe in December. I can't really remember.
Well, it still would be November technically, but I think we did them right before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right before this.
One?
Yeah. So we're just picking Q&A questions that all of you have sent in.
Yes.
And
then we will do a new prompt. I promise.
For the last 2 weeks of December.
Yes.
I know. I was thinking maybe we'll do something. What are you excited for the new? No, we'll do what was your most embarrassing moment?
Yes.
Of the year. That's one of my favorite.
What we typically do at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This first question's from, is it Azal? She asked if we watched Yellow Jackets. Yes, I have watched Yellow Jackets.
I have not, but Deison told me it was good.
Season 1 is so good. Season 2, not good. But I am going to watch season 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because she said, this is a show about lesbians, a lesbian soccer team, which is funny because there's only 2 lesbians on the team. But sure, that's how I felt when I watched it too. This is a lesbian show.
That's the only part I'm focusing on, so that's what
Don't
it's all about.
Don't care.
I love that though, and I will say Sammy Henratty. Love her.
Oh my god, one of the nicest people, and she's pregnant right
love
now.
And
I'm so excited for her and her husband.
I know, and she texted me on when I announced my break.
Oh really?
Yeah, like she was like, I just want to send you some love. Like she's the sweetest person alive.
Every time we've ever seen her, she's so sweet.
Her and her husband, so sweet. Like genuinely such a sweet, kind girl.
Which is so funny because I know she blew up in Shameless. I've never watched that.
Yes,
but I know she's like a crazy girlfriend from what I've seen online. In the show Yellow Jackets, she is so scary. She's the scariest character, but she's also one of my favorite characters. Yeah. So, and the casting in that is so well done. But no, she's a really wonderful human. I love everyone in that show. Yeah. I thought season 1 was just better. So, but I am going to watch season 3, of course.
And she's so normal. Like she's so humble, so normal, and like just a sweet girl. And when the last time we saw her, we sat at the same table at the People's Choice Awards where we were fucking lit, dude.
And we were sitting next to someone stinky.
We were sitting next to the stinky culprit. And I will say the stinky guy that me and Brittany have talked about and me and Dace have talked about many times, and I've talked about by myself.
But guys, at that event, and we know how good my smell vision is. I didn't smell anything, but maybe I was too drunk. Maybe my senses were off.
I think you were one person away from him. No,
he was sitting right next to me. Oh yeah,
he was right next to you.
He kept his knee kept touching me under the table, and I was like, sir, I'm a lesbian.
Please.
Not even in your dreams, sister.
Yeah, nice try. All right.
I'm good. I'm good, coach.
Yeah, I'm good. But he is a big stinkerton, which we all know. And I've seen the many clips of people clipping it and trying to figure out who it is. None of you have guessed. And that's me being honest.
No, I agree.
That's me being honest. I go and look. Trust me, I do. If those come across my desk and I see people theorizing, I go and I look, and none of you have guessed it right.
Has anyone guessed correctly the guy that you called the most handsome man on TikTok at Coachella? They have guessed that one. Okay.
Some people have accurately guessed that one. I haven't confirmed it. But what haunts me about that, other than the fact of who it was.
Well, what I will say
he's nice.
I was gonna say
he's very nice.
A really wonderful person.
Yeah, that it's not the person.
No.
And the one that was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think he just doesn't get my humor at all. So he didn't get that I was kidding.
It was also loud. I'll give him that.
It wasn't that loud.
We were watching Ray Schremer. It was kind of loud.
What haunts me about that is not even just who it's the fact that the only other person besides my people who saw it was Tony Stadevici. My life's a joke is my point. Like the only other witness to that encounter was him. Like we're at fucking Coachella, so there's millions of people around.
Yeah.
The only other person who saw the entire thing from start to finish was him. And when he came on my show, I did not think he remembered it at all. I didn't think
it's so funny because there was a fuck ton of
there were so many. I want to say
like Kendall Jenner was standing near us.
Yeah, like Phineas was near us.
I was just say Phineas and Claudia were near us.
Emma Chamberlain was there.
Yeah,
like there were so many high level people. And he's the only person who watched that entire thing and heard everything. And when he recounted it to me, that's why I couldn't stop laughing, because I was like, I'm horrified that he saw that. I'm also really glad that he saw it, because I want another witness that's not someone in my corner. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, it's not the same guy though, and I will say that guy at Coachella, really nice.
Yeah,
he's very
We've
nice.
never seen him again, but he was really nice.
But he was very sweet.
No, and he wasn't douchey or weird.
No,
or
he just we're just not the same person.
No,
like at all.
No.
And that's okay. That's okay. The stinky guy though,
yeah,
fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That guy's an asshole. Fuck him. Don't say that. That's why I wanted to say the stinky guy, no one has guessed it. I don't think anyone ever will. If you do, I'm not going to confirm it.
No,
obviously.
but no one has so far.
But no one has so far.
Yeah.
And but the other guy, yeah, a lot of you have guessed the other
almost immediately too, which is really funny.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck. Damn it.
But he was really sweet.
But he was very nice.
Yeah, he's really nice.
Like, and that's the only reason I didn't. That's another reason why I didn't say the name. Other than like, I just believe if you're truly funny, you could tell stories like that without their consent and not dog them out. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't.
You don't need to blow up their spot.
Exactly. Like I can be funny without name dropping. Is my point. Some people can't on the internet. But I can.
Oh, some people have podcasts dedicated to that.
No, for real. Anyways.
Okay, this next question is from Angelica. She said, Drew, with Whoopi Goldberg announcing an all-women sports network, is there any interest in submitting a resume for any and all public positions?
No.
Hey, if they want to work with you,
if they want me to come in a guest spot, like entity, I'm super down.
You just did that as a sports correspondent.
Yeah, I did.
With Keep It, right?
The Keep It podcast with Ira and Louise, who I love. I love both of them. They're so fun.
We have loved them for years.
Yeah, so. And Ira's been on my show, and I think he's so fantastic. They both are. They're so funny, so smart. They had me come on as a guest host again because I was on as a guest when I was promoting my book, and then I came on like a month or two ago to be a guest host, and we just keyed about a whole bunch of stuff. But they asked me to talk about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and like they called me their official sports correspondent.
But yeah, that would be cute if you went on the all women sports network to be a sports correspondent.
I mean, I'm super down to come in like a guest host capacity. I would love to do that. I think that would be so fun. And I saw Timothée Chalamet went on fucking College Game Day and was being an analyst. Like,
did you see that he dressed up as Bob Dylan at Sundance for his premiere last night?
Yeah. And it looked bad. We can say it. It's okay. He'll be fine. I promise. He looked bad, and it's okay. We can say it. And I didn't really understand it because, like, I get it, but also you look like you're in costume.
Well, he is.
I know, but like,
why do that at a premiere? I don't get that.
Like in a premiere for the movie of the person that is still very much alive and walking around. Mm-hmm. It feels almost like you're making fun of him. Which I don't think was the goal. I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard thinking about that, because it feels like
if you're playing this person in their biopic, and then you're dressed up making fun of a costume of them
like
at the premiere of the movie about them that you're in.
I want to say that wasn't the intention, but that's how it reads. Mm-hmm. Like if I were Bob Dylan, I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like. Because I'd be like, I tried my hardest on that carpet. Yeah, that's mean, and it feels like a joke. Like that's why it felt, because it was so like the hair, and first of all, it looked bad objectively, mm-hmm. but also like why couldn't you have dressed up as him or like worn something that was like inspired by him? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
Kind of like when Taron Egerton played Elton John, mm-hmm. like. What he was wearing during the press tour was like they're like influenced by Elton John.
Sure.
Like you're wearing like kind of like Ariana and Cynthia, like mm-hmm. the way they're doing the Wicked press, like influences of it. Like when she wore the yellow dress. Barbie's a great one, but even Barbie is so campy that like her doing dead on remakes of Barbie clothes makes sense.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't, I know. I'm saying,
and it doesn't feel like a costume, and it doesn't feel like you're making fun of it.
Yeah.
Like even Ariana, when she wore like that yellow dress to one of the premieres, and mm-hmm. then she wore the little glasses. Like I know some people were like, "What the fuck is with the glasses?" But it's because that's what she wears in the play. So it's like it's fun, and that color is what she wears to the Emerald City the first time she goes on the stage play. So it's like again, influence versus an exact remake of it. Like, he could have showed up to Heidi Klum's Halloween party like that, and it would have been funny and made sense. But the premiere is a little...
He's just like that, and then everyone else is just like him as Willy Wonka.
Like, I know Elle Fanning's pissed. Like, I know Elle Fanning standing next to him is going... In the picture, she's like... In literally the video, she looks like she's going... like, she's kind of laughing, and she's going...
She's funny on TikTok. Have you ever seen her on TikTok?
No, but I love her.
She's really funny.
I think she's fantastic. I love her.
Oh, and then Angelica's other question was, when did you play rugby and what position? To me, I played rugby from 2012 to like 2014, 15. And I was a prop. I started as loose and then had to do tight. And I'm retired. I don't want to play rugby anymore.
And she blew out her knee. And if she hadn't, who knows where she'd be today.
Alona who? You'd be talking about me. I'm just kidding. No, I would never play sevens. I told Alona that when I met her. It's too much fucking running. I'm all about 15s.
I know. That's because Alona's an unbelievable 1%er athlete.
No, for real. I was like, I can never be you, big dog. That's all you.
She's truly a 1%er athlete, yeah.
This next question's from, I think it's Fatima. She said, I really want to start posting content just for fun. How are you guys able to look past others' judgment when doing so?
Oh, man. I mean... Well,
this is great for both of us because we're both very different people.
Yeah.
So Drew has never cared.
Yeah.
Drew has never cared. Wait, we were just talking about this, about the first TikTok I ever posted. I posted.
And mind you, this is after I have a platform. And I've been
a baby platform. I don't even think you had 500,000 yet, because this was
no, that's not true, dude. That's
you
not
hit
true.
1 million when I moved to New York. I posted this before I moved to New York. This is why I lived at. I was still in.
Yeah, but I was like on the rise. Is my point.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
So maybe you might have been at 500,000. I'm sorry.
And
I
was
at 1 million.
And I was like rapidly growing at this point. So,
but
like,
we hadn't had the podcast. No one knew that.
No,
we were
we weren't
sisters
doing. Yeah, we weren't doing a podcast or anything. But I was telling Deison to post too. I was like,
yeah, you've always.
I said you should also post, dude. Like, you're. Obviously, I think you're fucking hilarious, and I think you're so relatable, and I think you should do it too. And I was telling her I'm doing it, and it's so fun. I'm having a blast. Like, you should also post. And she was like, I don't know. Like, she was kind of nervous about it, which makes sense, right? And then you posted one, and I remember she called me.
Yeah, because I posted a video. There's this part of a Goofy movie. Is that the name of that movie?
Yes.
Where Goofy makes this really scary face. It's near the end when they're about to watch the big performance. I'm so sorry. I don't remember his name. I can see his face in my head. And Goofy makes this scary face, and it's really scary. So I filmed it, and I said, like, what is that? And it was just me rewinding it and laughing at it.
Yeah.
And this little fucking kid.
It was literally like...
He had to have been like maybe 10.
Yeah.
He commented on there, and he goes... Why would you post this?
No, you just put who cares?
Yeah.
Or nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
That was all it was.
Yeah.
And then she called me.
I was so mad, you guys. I took the video down. Pissed me off. And I blocked him.
She called me and goes, I can't do this. And I go, Deison,
you can't keep getting away with it.
I was like, it's one comment. I told her it's one comment from a little kid. And I bet you he writes that on everybody's videos.
Dude,
like,
it was so funny. So how do you get past it? I post things that I like. That's how I look at everything now. What I started doing is I would post things on my Instagram story, because like on my Instagram story, that's not a For You page, so it's not gonna follow random people's like radars.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to get used to it.
That's how I got used to talking to the camera and posting stuff.
Yeah,
and then when I liked videos that I would post on my Instagram story, I would save them and then put them on I do that all the time on my TikTok.
Yeah, I would say again, and like Deison said, I am an exception to this rule because I've never really cared about being publicly perceived. That being said, though, moving past the fear of being perceived, I think what Deison said is a good way to practice, like, which is getting used to talking to the camera. Because and this is just, first of all, because I'm a journalism student, so I got used to talking to camera and hearing my own voice. I got used to it a lot earlier in my life before I started doing this, because that tends to cringe people out a lot too, is not only seeing themselves but also hearing themselves, because you don't hear your voice the way other people hear your voice. Yeah. So you feel like you sound insane. And I told you already that in the beginning of my TikTok, my earlier videos, my pitch seems higher, and it's because I had a professor who was a fucking asshole, and she told me to talk higher because it's more feminine. And my register's a little lower than most women. Whatever, who gives a fuck? I love my voice now, but my point being, I cringe at my older videos because that doesn't sound anything like me, like in real life. So How you get past it, I would say practicing it like Deison does. Focus on looking at the camera and not at yourself. A lot of times you can tell when people never record themselves because they're watching themselves.
There's like a huge generation of YouTubers where when they started getting cameras that had the flip screen out,
yeah,
you could tell like instead of looking right here, they're looking
at themselves. And then you like pause and do that millennial pause or whatever the fuck they make fun of older people for doing, which is like we're millennials too. That's how you get rid of that, right? Is just, and it also takes the fear out of it when you look at just the camera lens, because you're not seeing yourself, so you're not judging yourself, which is I think what people do. Like you're already judging yourself when you start recording yourself before you post it. And here's the biggest piece of advice I give everyone. I always tell them this: someone's gonna hate you regardless.
I know.
You got to get over that.
Yeah.
The only way you can get over it is to accept it. That's the only way. Trust me when I say someone's gonna fucking hate you for no reason. Or it's gonna be projection, or it's gonna be bigotry. It could be any and all of those things. But what you need to know is if you really want to do it, nothing's gonna stop you. Because like you have something to say, you have something to contribute, you really want to put art into the world, whatever it looks like. You should just do it and make peace with the fact that not everyone's gonna like you, and some people are gonna be fucking mean for no reason. But that doesn't mean it should stop you from pursuing what you want to achieve. You know what I mean? If you really want to do it because you really want to do it, not because you want to grow following or you want to get free shit or you want to get invited to stuff. If all of those things are off the table and you never got any of those things and you were still enjoying yourself, it's always worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always use Emily Mariko as an example because she's the perfect example to talk about someone who doesn't say shit in her videos. Nobody heard her talk until she was like a year or two in. And people say the meanest shit about her for no fucking reason. You have no reason. She's never spoken, like ever. And people still find a reason. But does that stop her? No. Like she's not even fucking talking and people are being mean to her. So my point being, you might as well say whatever you want, and by whatever you want, I don't mean anything. I mean, you should say what is important to you, what matters to you, and put your shit out, because it's never, if everyone were to wait until there was no more mean people on the internet, none of you would ever create. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't wait on others. Don't let them dictate what you want to do. That's what moves me. It's like, well, I'm not going to let this bitch determine whether or not I post stuff.
No, especially because you go look at their profile and it's private, or they have 2 videos and it's of their dog, you know what I mean? Or their kids,
and they're people who are afraid to put themselves out there, right?
So that's
like,
not my problem.
It's projection.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about people in your real life seeing you, like people who know you, girl, if I don't give a fuck about a stranger, I sure as fuck don't care about a bitch from high school. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
That's how I feel. Like, and what are they gonna say? They're gonna talk shit privately. Again, what people think about me is none of my business. I don't need to know. I'm gonna keep doing it regardless. And can you imagine if I let that stop me? Please. So you should do it. You should do it regardless, and just tell yourself, someone's gonna hate me. Someone's gonna hate me regardless. I might as well put my stuff out.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and we need more people in the ether, more good people in the ether. You know,
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last question we're gonna do. This is from Allie. She said, "What's the craziest thing anyone's ever told you?"
What does that mean? Like just in general?
I guess.
Or maybe like fans. I think maybe you're talking about.
We could do fans.
Okay. Crazy bad or crazy good? We'll do both, right?
Okay,
Crazy bad. I would say crazy good is a mix, a myriad of things, which is like people have told me, that they've left their abusive marriages because of me. They've reported assaults because of me. Some of them have said to Deison they've come out to their families because of her.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me they've
or to themselves,
they've embraced their queerness.
Yeah,
because of my content. Yeah.
I've had people, I talked about this, I think, after I did the Rockstar thing, but like they invited a creator who she was one of the first people I ever defended.
Yeah.
And she told me because of me, she kept making content and got to quit her job. And now she's a full-time content creator. And she was telling me, I always told myself if I ever got to meet you in real life, that I would thank you because everything I have now is because of you, which was so sweet. It made me emotional, like so fucking cool. So crazy good. I've had some of the most moving, amazing stories from y'all because you watch my content and took something from it, which I think is beautiful.
Well, we talked about this all throughout tour, but we had so many sisters that came to tour together.
Yeah.
To see us and say that they feel represented by us. And
yeah,
that's really
absolutely.
sweet.
And also anything like I saw a video when I was on tour of a Samoan girl crying because my book made it to the New York Times bestseller list, and I'm the first Samoan woman to be on that list. And she was crying and saying like, when I see that stuff, she was like saying like it inspires me. Like I never saw anyone who was someone like a woman like her moving like this or being seen like this, and it moves me, and that shit broke me. Oh my God, it made me cry so hard.
I was just talking to mommy about this. We have a friend who's someone, and he told me when he met me, he said, I've never known anyone who's this like convicted in being queer and this open this young, and you're someone. Yeah. And we were both crying when we were talking about it because it's true. So I agree with you. Yeah, it's like
anything having to do with our own people.
Yeah, always makes me cry. Yeah, I said at the Salt Lake City show, I couldn't stop crying at all the Samoan girls that were waiting in line, and I know. It was crazy.
And we saw the one Samoan girl, and she had the Boy Genius shirt on.
And I said, girl, we're the only ones. It's all white girls. You were like, white people.
I've never seen another Samoan person in a Boy Genius shirt.
No.
And then she said, me either. That's why I wore it.
It's just us.
Which I fucking loved. Like the representation part of it. Oh, man, that gets me every time. Crazy bad? Where to start? Where to pick from? I saw one recently that I literally text Brittany and Caleb and Dace because I was like, well, and it was
wait, they know which one.
It was just someone talking about me in a good way to her, but she
not to me.
Well, it didn't feel good when I saw it, but you know, the intention was there. She basically said that it's like it almost is embarrassing me repeating it out loud.
She is embracing something that she's insecure about because Drew also has it,
which is a fucked up grill. I'll say it. She literally said, I've hated my smile forever because I have really fucked up teeth. And when I see Drew smiling and laughing with her teeth, it makes me feel good about having mine. And I said, well.
I love that for you.
Well, I'm glad you feel good. I feel worse having seen this, but I thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's that 10 billion times. It's them. It's love that also has it's almost like when someone throws a snowball and it has a pebble inside it. That's how it feels.
That pierces your skin.
Yeah, like that breaks the skin. That's how it feels. Everyone's having fun, but that shit hurt. You know
yeah, I felt that.
And I sent it to Brittany, Caleb, and Days, and I was like, and what if I told you that I'm sandwiching a gun between my fucked up teeth because of this video? Now what? Now what? Anyways,
that's funny.
And Caleb actually was like, I actually got a doozy like that the other day too, and he said what to us too. That was so bad. He was like, hey, block that person.
Yeah.
But it's shit like that. Like that's the crazy bad I would get, because it's like, it's really, you experience all the feelings of grief in about 10 seconds. Because, like, I know you're not trying to be mean.
No, I know. I mean, I've gotten those. I was seeing the crazy, like, those I'm just like how you were like, well?
I'm like, ow, thank you.
Okay.
Hey,
no,
thanks.
I get really sexual DMs that I don't like, and those feel really crazy to me.
Me too.
About, like, one girl DM'd me and said, respectfully, I'd eat it from the back. I don't know you. Why would you send that to me? I get those a lot, and I don't like them.
Yeah.
Quick little PSA.
Yeah.
Don't like them. Don't do that. I don't know you.
Yeah. Yeah. I've gotten a lot of those too.
And I got a lot of that on tour.
Yeah, that's also
I got
true.
A lot of that on tour.
And I took care of it. Don't worry.
I already told you, I said every show I'm scared.
And every meet and greet, I am living in fear. And that was about something very specific.
Yeah, that I'm not gonna take. That
was about something. That was about someone and something very specific that said something that was so, like, Deison was so worried that it was gonna happen in real life and she wasn't gonna know how to react
because they told me what show they were gonna do it at,
but she couldn't remember which show it was. So every show she was like nervous that it was going to happen then. And it wasn't anything dangerous.
No.
It was just something that would put her in a very uncomfortable position, and she would have to like.
Were you silent or
silent? And then I told Deison, I go, hey man, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
Because like, I will throw jokes around us like smoke bombs, and we'll get out of there.
No,
It'll
you
be
did
fine.
a great job.
Yeah. Every time it happened, I took care of it.
Yeah. I
And,
get
like,
shooting your shot. You know.
I don't. And here's why. This is maybe this is a learning moment for all of us. Because we're so low on the totem pole of meeting people, in my opinion. Like, it's not like meeting a Hosier or meeting like a Harry Styles or something like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously. But here's my suggestion to you, right? When you are going to meet someone and you like genuinely feel like you are physically attracted to them, and you like we're like, oh my god, in my dreams we would date. That's cool. I think that's normal, right? Because everybody's had that, like that kind of fan attraction. Here's what I want you to think about though, when you go to a meet and greet and you think to yourself, I'm going to do something, or I'm going to shoot my shot, whatever. They are never going to be cool with it, because they're being paid to be there, right? So it makes it uncomfortable for everybody. Everyone in the room, the artist or the person you're meeting, and then you also feel uncomfortable.
Because it never is really nice to me, but
no. And this is not talking about our fans. I'm saying in general, like
actual famous people.
The actual famous people. I'm saying like actually shooting your shot in those instances is uncomfortable and awkward. It's never what you think it's gonna be. Like, if you think it's gonna go awesome, or
as much as I would love for it to be your version of the idea of you,
exactly,
it's not.
Like, it may feel like it could play out like a fanfic, but what it really plays out like is, thank you, and that's it. And then it's awkward and it's weird. And I'm telling you, spare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, the heartache of doing it. Because then, and also think about this, you're putting, especially if it's women, you're putting them in a really uncomfortable position, because they don't want to be rude to you. They don't want to be mean to you. But at the same time, they're not going to do that. And they're not going to give you their phone number. And they're not going to, like, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean they'll never date a fan.
No, but because you have to think too, like, they don't know you.
Exactly. How you think you know them. It's just a piece of advice. Take it for what you will. Right.
Yeah. That's probably the craziest thing anyone's ever told me.
That they would eat it from the back. Yeah.
But respectfully. And
that's one of the yet another thing where you're like, okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you. I'll let you know.
You know what I mean? Like, and I get those. I get those quite a bit too from everyone across the board of gender spectrum. Like,
I get men sometimes too, which pisses me off. But
yeah, when men do it to me, it's rare. But when it happens, I get so blocked immediately. Get the fuck out of here, fucking sicko, disgusting, disgusting. And if gay people tell me, I'm like, that's really sweet, thank you.
But no thanks.
But no thank you. But I'm okay.
Thank you.
But I appreciate you. Thank you. Your support means the world to me. With men, I'm like, blocked. Are call the cops. That's how I feel. You know,
I've just sent the authorities to your house.
Hope it was worth it. Those are my vibes personally.
I feel that. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Two Idiot Girls.
Yes.
Make sure you join the Patreon so you can become part of the chat and watch a part 2 to Dress to Impress. I don't know when it's going up, but if you're in the chat, you'll get to watch it.
Yeah.
Make sure you get Drew's book, because it's really important and everyone should read it.
Yes.
But other than that, we love you and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.